The SAT likes to include hexagons in the difficult geometry questions because a hexagon is really just a bunch of other more simple shapes kind of put together. So I've done my best to draw a hexagon here. Remember, a hexagon is a six-sided figure, and almost always on the SAT it's going to be a regular hexagon, meaning that all the outside sides are the same length. So that makes it easy for us. And what we're supposed to do, there's lots of formulas you could memorize. I don't recommend it, but what we're really supposed to do on the SAT from their perspective is turn this big kind of messy shape into smaller, more predictable shapes. So the way to do that is to connect across the middle. And because my drawing is bad, this might not be perfect, but you're going to get the idea. When we do that, we kind of make, like a Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme, okay? It's got 6 different components. Each of those components is a triangle, and it is specifically an equilateral triangle, meaning that all of the sides are the same, all the sides are congruent, and all of the angles are congruent. They are all 60 degrees. So that's really helpful for us because now suddenly this weird kind of shape is something very, very predictable. All the sides are equal of these triangles. All of the angles are equal. That's really awesome. That can help us by itself, but usually there's one more step. If we draw a line down the center of any of those equilateral triangles, we've now made a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. And remember, the reference chart at the beginning of every math section gives you information about the proportions of the sides for 30, 60, 90 triangles. It's a special case in geometry where we can understand all of the sides of a triangle if all we have is one side. Normally, if it's a triangle, a right triangle in particular, we need 2 sides and we can do Pythagorean theorem. But the 30, 60, 90 is special. We're allowed to get just one side, and because of those angles, the proportions are consistent and we always know what the other 2 sides are going to be. So we can use that formula, but first you've got to be able to find that shape in the messy hexagon. So just to kind of show you, basically what you're going to do is you're going to take that equilateral triangle, divide it in half, and you're going to really for a second just focus on what ends up being 1/12 of the entire hexagon. Okay, it's annoying. You're going to need to do some multiplication, but let's say you need to find the area of the hexagon. Well, you can now use area equals 1/2 base times height to find the area of this little slice, and then multiply it by 12 to get the entire thing. Or you can get the area of the entire equilateral triangle, multiply that by 6. Point is, you got options. So hexagons are annoying because there's lots of stuff going on. But at bottom, as with most complicated shapes on the SAT, it's really just a combination of rectangles, circles, or triangles. And in this case, it's that special 30, 60, 90 triangle that is so interesting to us. So hopefully if you see a hexagon on a hard question, now you know how to take it apart and make some sense of it.